Hello everyone, I'm back.
Hello.
Okay, so let's other also join, then we'll start. Let me know guys if you join, then we'll start. Have you guys joined? Okay, we'll wait for some more time. What happened? Where is everyone?
I'm back.
Sunil, lad.
I'm back.
Thanks, Adel. I think
I'm here.
Francis is also there. What about Sunil? Sunil, you there? Okay, we'll give one more minute, then we'll probably start. Okay, so the very first question, right? What exactly a Kubernetes is all about, right? Why we need a Kubernetes? Okay, now remember we have discussed about. Okay, so first of all, what exactly the Kubernetes, right? So the Kubernetes is called as a container orchestration tool, right? Container orchestration tool. Now, why we are calling it a container orchestration? First of all, you should be aware that the what exactly the containers, right? Containers we talk about. Okay, containers are nothing but it's a Docker container which are being built on the on a concept where we can break physical machines or virtual machines in the bare minimum storage capacity, right? Where will be it will be very less amount of storage would be needed. Sometime you might have seen that the Alpine image we have seen on that day, right? Docker image was available, which was a basic Linux image which was available in the 5 MB as well. So think about a very basic minimum images are available, minimum bare minimum images are available, and using that images you can upload, you can create your containers. Okay, now one limitation was there that the if you're creating a container for any basic need, you can utilize your container for only that basic need. If you want to, there is a possibility as well whether you can increase the capacity, you can increase, you can keep on adding some other features as well. But in that case, your image size will be get increased, right? So always keep in mind that these all things are there. But now one more challenge was there that in case of Docker was a Docker container was a standalone container was there, right? Now, if we want to be in some kind of environment where we need that, okay, so whenever there is a fault in Docker, that should be fixed, okay, and if there is additional hand needed, additional containers are needed, that should be get added, right? So all these features, whenever there is a need, it can be increased. Whenever there is a need, it can be decreased. Or any fault is there, that should be get replaced. All these features were not there in the Docker. Okay, there is a Docker Swarm concept was there, but Docker Swarm is still not very good, in terms of orchestration. Okay, so for orchestration, the best tool which is available in the market is Kubernetes. Okay, now we'll talk about why the Kubernetes is the best in the industry, best in class for the Kubernetes orchestration. Okay, now one thing that you should be aware, Kubernetes is a product of Google. Okay, Google have product created it, and the best thing is it's available as an open source. Okay, anybody can get that code, modify it, and utilize it as per their need. Okay, so that's the best thing which is available, and it is giving you a lot of feature. The one feature that I will say that it's a self-healing capacity they are giving. Okay, when I'm saying a self-healing capacity means if there is, let's suppose, 5 or 10 containers are running, right, in a cluster. If any one or two got down, you will be easily remove them. You will be able to easily remove them from the containers, from the your services, and it will be automatically get replaced as well. Okay, so you don't have to do anything manually actually. Okay, it's all self-healing features are there. Okay, now how you're writing it. So there is a declarative language actually for containers that we can write it in YML. We can write it like there is a specific language, that you need to understand for Kubernetes. If you understand that specific language, you can write the code, and using that YML actually you can launch your containers. Yeah, that's the basic fundamentals of Kubernetes. Okay, now a highly collaborative open source project originally conceived by Google. Google has 10 plus years experience with containerized apps. Red Hat have been since member Red Hat. So Red Hat and Kubernetes both are available. Both are Red Hat is also giving some solution, but now what happened, because it's open source, right? So Google have just modified and keep it open, okay, as a open source. Now anybody can get it, okay, anybody can get it and use it as per their need. Okay, sometimes it is called as a K8 K8s. Many times you will see that it will be called as a K8s. Okay, so whenever you see K8s, it means that they are calling as a Kubernetes. Okay, concept behind it, you can see, right? K and then 8 letters between K and S. That's the reason it's called K8s sometimes. Okay, K8s means Kubernetes. Whenever it's being utilized, just be aware. Okay, start, stop, update, and manage a cluster of machines running containers in a consistent and maintainable way. That's the same thing I told you, right? So if there is a cluster, whatever you're doing, right, that's why it is called orchestration. Orchestration means there is a maintainable and consistent way to do anything. Okay, increasing, starting, stopping, increasing, decreasing number of the containers. Everything will be done in a consistent way. Okay, that's why it's called as a container orchestration. Okay, so something about the Kubernetes, particularly suited for horizontally scalable, stateless, or microservices application architecture. Okay, does not mean that will not be work for or uh, others will not work or ignored. Additionally, functionality to make containers easier to use a cluster, reachability or discovery. Kubernetes does not and will not expose all the feature of the Docker command line. Okay. Now, one more thing you need to understand that the Kubernetes, I told you, right? Kubernetes is built based on Docker. Okay. But it's not something that the the command that we are using, Docker execute and everything, right? Those commands will not be utilized in the Kubernetes. Okay. Only the baseline will be always a Docker. Okay, on base of Docker, the Kubernetes is built. Okay, we'll talk about on that as well. How exactly it is being built, what the concept is there, how the networking works, all those things we are going to talk about. Okay, okay, Kubernetes primitives and keywords. So master, minion node, R node, pod, replication controllers, service, labels, and namespace. There are a lot of things are there in the Kubernetes, but these are four, five, six we are going to understand. So we will try to create the cluster as well so that I can show you what exactly the meaning of master when I'm saying it's a master, when I'm saying it's a minion R node, what exactly the meaning, what the pod is there, what the replication controller is there. We'll talk about one by one. Okay. Now, when I'm saying master node, right? So master will contain few services. Okay, Kube API service, Kube scheduler, Kube controller manager, and etcd. Let me create it actually. Then I'll show you exactly what these services are, what exactly the meaning of it. Okay, and then might contains Kube proxy, a network management utility. I'll talk about on those things. Remember, this is very important for your interview questions. I have seen most of the time people will ask what process your Kubernetes master will hold. Okay, and what exactly those processes are doing. Okay, even though you cannot control it, you cannot go inside and check what that process. You can just check processes are running or not. But these are inbuilt feature of Kubernetes that whenever you will create a master, these processes will be always running. And when you create your node, some different set of the processes will be run. Okay, so we'll talk about what these processes are. Okay, then on your minion node or node, okay, these services will be running kubelet, kubeproxy, and cAdvisor. And the might contains a network management utility as well, which is needed for network management actually. Okay, now hmm, we'll talk about one by one. Okay, so I think coming on the pod, because if I'll brief you right away, you might not understand what exactly the pod is. Okay, so do one thing. Let's try to install our cluster. Okay, then I'm going to show you one by one what exactly the meaning of it. Okay, so let's try jumping in the practical. Okay, where we will create the cluster, and then once the cluster will be created and up and running, then I'll show you what the pod is, what the namespace is, right? All those things. Okay. Now we need two different machines. Okay. So K8 master and K8 node. Okay. Two machines will need. Okay. So now there is two way. So either you can create both the machine master and node, worker node as a T2 micro. But I have seen in the past that sometime if you're going for T2 micro, your cluster will not be working properly. Reason behind it, because the capacity of your T2 micro is very less actually. It's just 1 GB of memory, 1 gig of memory, and the Kubernetes master will need some more memory actually. Okay, so that's why what I'm going to do it, I will create a master on T2 large, okay, and node obviously under T2 micro. So one thing, what's the difference for you? Okay, so T2 micro will be free, obviously, but if you are creating a T2 large, there might be very minimum charges. Let's suppose, I'm doing this practical for 2 3 hour, 2 hour or 3 hour. So for 2 3 hour, might be you can expect that the uh, half a dollar or $1 will be charges will be there. Okay, so if you're following me exactly same to same, then be ready for those charges. Or if you don't want to, go for those charges, then on place of T2 large for master, go for T2 micro for both master and node. Okay, it will be get created, but you will face some, delay, slowness, and everything because Kubernetes master is a bit heavy actually.
So is it
Hopefully,
needs a lot of processing power?
yeah, that's the reason actually, because memory will be high memory will be needed. So charges will be, Sunil, very less, maybe one, if I'm not wrong, it will be
Okay.
hardly one, maybe $1 or half dollar,
Okay.
2 3 hours. Okay, and that too, even though that there is a possibility that if you have not asked AWS for uh, rebate, you can still you can ask AWS, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that. Just make sure once you have done, then you can shut down the machine.
Is it okay if I just use the one we have, the one we
Uh,
created for Nagios? Yeah.
so Nagios one can be also the Nagios one. The problem was it was running on Red Hat 7. So
Oh.
Docker we can utilize the Docker one which we have, but again
Uh-huh.
we need to extend the the instance type.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would
Okay.
suggest better go for the newly, because there are a lot of processes that we are going to configure for Kubernetes master. So better create two different machines, one
Okay.
as a master, one as a
Okay. Okay.
uh, okay. So keep it
Okay.
separate. At a later
Okay.
point of time, once you are hands-on, then you
Mhm.
can you can configure the same machine.
Okay. Okay. I'll follow along. We'll create a new one then. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember, we need two machines. So both Kate Master and Node, both are not needed the large machines. So one I'll create T2 large, one I'll create T2 micro. So let's create Kubernetes Master as a T2 large because we need a bit higher memory. That's the reason I'm going for a bit higher. Okay, I will say K8S master. Operating system Red Hat 8 we need. So by default, Red Hat 8 will come. You don't have to worry about it. Here you have to change. So T2 micro, on place of T2 micro, I want to go for T2 large so that I can get at least some memory, 8 gig of memory. Rest of the things will
Medium,
be,
small or medium. We are going with a large, right? Okay. Got it.
yep.
Okay.
If you want, you can go for the lower as well, but I've seen that
Yeah.
the even
Okay.
medium was creating problem sometimes.
Okay.
So
No problem.
means 2 3 GB is needed.
Mhm.
That's then for network setting, just make sure you choose your VPC. The VPC that we are using, subnet will be public, and select existing security group. Okay. Remember this, use the same security group which we are using, AWS 10. because we have configured it to the communication is open. Otherwise, it will create other. If you have attached the others one, then it will create problem. Okay, I will say launch instance. Yes, it will be get launched. Okay. Meanwhile, it is coming. I'll create the another instance. Now remember, this one will be simple T2 micro Red Hat 8 machine, which is very simple to create. Same configuration, right? So I will create another one. I will say, I will call it as a K8S node. Okay. Operating system again, I'll choose Red Hat. Okay. 8, T2 micro is fine. Key pair, I'll choose AWS 10. VPC is same, VPC1. Here I'll choose the public and I will say it enable security group. That's it. Okay. There is no difference. It is the same way, the way we are creating any simple instance, same way we are doing it. Okay. So it will get created. Let's wait for some time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes I have to give. Okay. Hopefully everyone is clear on this part, right? The one that I told Adele, Francis, any question, please immediately ask me. Okay. So I'll answer you if there is, obviously. Okay. I think Bonnie also got joined. Hey, Bonnie.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, doing good, Bonnie. Hopefully you too.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Okay. So Bonnie, as usual, you are joined bit late, so we are covering, the Kubernetes part. So, whatever the left out that you can cover from the recording. Okay.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. What is the status of my machines? Okay. So my master is ready. Now let's start focusing on some of the prep work we have to do it. Let's do that. Okay. So now remember, as I said, Kubernetes is built on base of Docker. So Docker we will need. Okay, Docker we will need. So the Docker installation commands. There are some Docker installation commands for that, right? So we'll follow the similar thing. So for that things, we need to connect both the machines, okay, and do this update and reboot. Okay, this one will be needed. Remember these things we have done into the Docker one as well. When we were installing the Docker, the similar thing we did. Okay, so what we are going to do it, let's connect both the machine, update all the packages, and then restart the machine. Okay, so let's connect it. Meanwhile, both the machines are ready. Oh my God. Okay. You know what mistake happened? Okay. So from T2 large, I have not connected the public one. Public subnet I have not given. Okay. Let me just terminate it. Hopefully you got it right. What mistake happened? Okay. So there is a tab, right? When you're creating EC2 machine, there is a tab called enable public IP address. Okay, I have not enabled it.
Okay.
So I need to terminate and need to create another one. If you have your machine ready, whoever, Adele, Francis, Sunil, and you are doing it, just make sure connect it. Okay. Do the DNF update, the same command, and reboot it, because it is also going to take some time. So if you are following me, just connect both the machine.
Yeah, how do you do that? How do you make that? How do you go about that public IP address?
Yeah, public IP address. See, there is two way actually here. So when you are creating your EC2 instance, right?
Yeah.
There is a tab called. I'll show you. There is a
Where,
possibility. There is a
so
possibility that I can do it later point of time as well. I'll show you. So
okay.
here I'm creating, right?
Yeah.
Basic. I will choose Red Hat 8, right? T2 large. I will choose from here. I told you, right? Because it's a master, so I'm creating
Yeah.
as a T2 large. Key pair will be my same. And here, when you in the network setting,
Yeah.
click on edit, choose your public subnet. Okay, public, and
Yeah.
here is the option auto assign public IP. Okay, so
Enable.
if you enable it, automatically a public IP will get assigned.
One question: if you don't generate it like that, you
Yep,
will have problems connecting. No, you will not be able to.
that's correct. That's
Okay.
correct. So
Thank you.
there is a two way actually. Okay, one thing is you can make sure you can do one more configuration is there. If you do that, the okay, whenever I choose my public subnet, make sure that this is auto assign, auto enable. Okay, that possibility is also there. I can do the configuration. So whenever I'll choose my public subnet, this will be by default enabled. Okay, but generally it is not being. But if you want to do the configuration, that possibility is there. That's one thing. And then later point of time, like what I did this time, that I said that okay, I have to terminate the machine and start it again, right? That's not a good idea. Okay, but if I want to sort out that things as well, there is a concept of elastic IP. Okay, so I can attach a elastic IP to my machine that will also work in the same way, the way in a public IP works. But only problem is for elastic IP, I have to pay. Okay, so for elastic IP, there is a separate charges. So that's why, that's fine. We are doing the testing, right? So we can terminate and we can create it again. Simple. Live. There is no need to complicate the life. Yeah. Okay. So my machine is coming. Just give 1 minute. Meanwhile, I'll connect the node. Okay. This is my node machine. Meanwhile, this one is getting ready. Okay. Same way. Connection purpose, similar ways. All is EC2 is Red Hat, right? So username will be same EC2-user. There is no difference. Key is similar key that I'm keep on using on the class. Right. I'll say EC2-user. Okay. Sudo su hyphen. Okay. Let's see what is the status of our master. Master is almost ready. Let's connect this one as well. Okay, I'll connect the master as well. Same way, username will be EC2-user. Okay, I'll change the setting appearance so that it is good and visible to you. Yeah, and do the sudo su hyphen. As I said, the very first thing is you have to do the DNF update on both the machine and restart. Okay, so let's do the DNF update. Same way here as well, DNF update. It will take some time, maybe 2-3 minutes, because depending on the packages actually, how many packages are there to be updated. Depending on that, it will take some time. No, looks like very less packages there. Say yes. Just give it 1 or 2 minutes. So I think our master is done. The client one still need to be done. So that's fine. Let's start focusing. So 15 is the client IP address, right? So, okay. Oh, reboot also we have to do it. Remember, I told you, right? Immediately once it is completed, both are got completed. Okay.
So one
So,
question, do
yeah.
we have to do this with with both machines?
Yes, that's correct. Both the machines. So
So
reboot.
we open like two terminals in like another tab we can open, or we do two SSH sections to sessions to each.
Yeah. So what you can do it, you just the way I have opened, right? So I have opened two different terminals, right? So one terminal is
Yeah, don't
for,
worry. I know how to. Yeah, it's that I'm doing another. Yeah, it's okay. Good,
right?
good.
There is another way as well. If you're using super putty, there is option to run the parallel commands, right? I run the same command and that will run in both the terminals. But those things depending once you start using, if you're already using, you might be expert, right? So depending on the person to person, I prefer to use it in a separate way so that the complication is not there. Hopefully you got it, Francis, right?
I got it. I got it. But I'm in a Mac OS system,
Okay. Oh,
so
then that's fine. In Mac OS as well, you can open the
it's a
two terminals.
Unix machine. So I'm just it's the same, but I
You
just
can open two terminal. You can't open two terminal. I think you can open two terminal.
yeah. You can open and terminals. Yeah.
Yeah. So just open two terminal and make sure, because there are a lot of commands that we are going to run on both the machines, right? So keep both different, separate, okay? And whatever the commands need to run on the master, run on master, and the on the client machine. Okay. So just restart both the machine. It will take another 1 minute to get completed. Now, basically, we are going to follow the same setup that we did for the Docker. Okay, so we are going to install the Docker because Docker is the prerequisite, right? I told you, based on Docker, Kubernetes is run. So we're going to install Docker first, then followed by Kubernetes.
Now, what about the security group that the document talks about?
That security group, you don't have to worry about.
Okay.
So the reason behind it, if you are using the same security group, I have given the full permission, right? So I remember similar kind of instruction were there in the Ansible as well.
Right. Okay.
Right. So
This,
if you have fully open traffic, then you'll be able to connect it. Okay. So this 4.2 and 4.3 you can ignore. Just make sure you are able to connect. If you are able to ping both, then you're in good place. The IP address via private IP address from master to client, master to node basically. Okay, I think should be able to connect now. Let's, yes, now it's good. EC2-user. Okay. Make sure to sudo su so that you should be ready, right? So what I said that the make sure you are able to ping to each other, right? So if I'll ping 172.16.1.22, okay. So this is my client machine IP that I'm able to ping. Okay, from here now from client, I'll try to ping master.
Yeah,
should
you
be able to.
from node to master and from master to node, no?
Yep. So just make sure that the connectivity is there. If the connectivity is not there, because we are going to set up one master, one node in Kubernetes cluster. So if they will not talk to each other, then there is a problem. So make sure they talk to each other. So that's all depends on that security group. If your security group have proper permissions, then they will talk to each other. Okay, so if you're following to me, just let me know if you're able to ping each other. If you're not able to ping each other, just let me know. I'll help you out.
Yeah, no, the ping is working for me. So we are on 4.7 now, right?
Yep. Changing host name 4.4 is there. There is a host name we have to
Yeah.
change. Okay, then some firewall rule you have to update. Where is the Docker installation? I'm just looking for. Okay, here I have given. Okay, that's fine. Let's follow the documentation itself. So remember I told you that the 4.2 and 4.3 we don't have to worry about it because we have given already enough permission to our security group, which is already have the full permission. So you should be able to ping to each other from master to node. Okay, so if you are able to do good, otherwise just call me, I'll help you out. Okay, and if you're able to ping, then let's change the host name, master and node. Be very be not very careful, but just be aware that what host name, because master have the higher config, right? So make sure your master is master. It should not happen that your client become a master. Okay, so I remember my master IP address, so I've changed it. Same way, I'll give the name as worker node 1 to my node.
Do you have a command to check what kind of instance it is? Like on the
What command, sorry?
Do you have a command to check what kind of instance it is? Is it like a T2?
No, you have to. So that's remember, we are in the we are into the now inside Linux, right? So
Right.
Linux barrier is different, and that
Okay.
the whatever T2, T3, whatever we are managing, that's AWS side.
Okay.
Okay, you can get it if that console is this one actually. This cloud cell, if you are on the cloud cell, from here you can connect. You can the external envelope. You can you can send a command to read the external. Then, but in that case as well, this command, this cloud cell will not be able to read the inside user or inside Linux if something is there. So both have their limitation actually. Okay, so 4.4 is done. Now in 4.5, we need to update some firewall, settings. The reason behind it, because there are some ports that we have to enable on the firewall. Now remember, these are the local firewall concept in Linux. If you're going for any industry, you don't have to do all these things, because firewall will be never managed on the locally. It's always managed at the network level firewall. Okay, and you always have to go and request to the firewall team. Okay, these are the ports that need to be open. Okay, for my Kubernetes applications. Okay, but because we are doing it testing environments, so we'll be doing it via local. Okay, so let's just run the command, make sure it is is not giving any error. If it is giving any error, just immediately see what exactly might be copy pasting some error or something. So make sure all runs. Okay, so remember, still we are doing on the master. Okay, anyway, these set of commands we have to run on the client as well, but let's follow the documentation which says go for master. Okay, here is my master. Says okay, then SC Linux, I will just update my SC Linux. Done. See, whenever I'm running, if cleanly it is running, not giving any error, it means got successful. Okay, then I will install firewall daemon. It will ask me to confirm. Say yes. Okay, that's done. Now let's start the process. Good, without error. Now once you run these commands, it will give you success message. Make sure you got that success message this way. You can see the success message, right? So if you're running properly, there is a 2 success message will be coming. Okay, then run the firewall reload, so that all the configuration that we did that got reloaded. Again, I got the success message. That's all good. Okay, next one is IP tables also will disable. Remember IP tables, I told you that the IP tables are local firewall. So SC Linux, IP tables, and the firewall daemon, all are the local firewalls on Linux actually. Okay, so that's the reason we are just disabling it, so that there should not be any problem. Okay, and these commands, how you have to run it, just copy that entire command basically. So that what exactly it is going to do, it is going to update your k8s.conf file actually. Okay, so if you copy the all four lines and paste it on here, it will be get updated automatically. So again, this is concept of Linux. So whenever you are using this greater than, actually it will ask you to put the lines. So these lines will get updated in this configuration file, and EOF is called end of file actually. Okay, so hopefully that should be straightforward should be get updated. There should not be any problem. Okay. Now remember the same thing, whatever we did actually, we have to do on the node machine as well. I told you that the almost similar configuration, initial similar configuration we have to do on the master and node both. Okay, so let's try doing these same commands on node as well. It will ask you to confirm yes, say yes. Done. Let's start the service. Done. Then let's disable the SC Linux. Same command is there. Just copy and paste. Okay, remember this, the last command is the bigger one. Nothing but I know I've just added entire thing in one command. So you don't have to copy paste multiple times. Okay, 5 success messages will become. Then this mode probe one and the IP table. Remember this one also I've done it right on the master. Job done. Okay, the last one is same way, just copy paste that entire 4. Done. Okay, so that's all done. So it should be straightforward. There should not be any problem. The instructions are very clear cut. Okay, you just have to copy and paste most of the commands. Okay, most of the Linux commands are there. Okay, so these are, just be aware, these are the standard instructions are there from Kubernetes. If you are going for Kubernetes installation, make sure these configuration you did, because if you're not doing these configuration, it will fail. Okay, so just make sure you're doing all these configuration. Okay, now next one is we have to configure the local DNS again, the way we were doing in the Ansible R Puppet machine. Same way we have to do it for the Kubernetes as well, right? So similar way, only 2 line would be there because only 2 machines we have, right? So same file, etc host file, we have to update it. Okay, so for this, I will just set up, I'll just copy this somewhere and I'll replace the IP. So remember, this IP address will be different for you. So day 8, which is called Kubernetes. Okay. So worker node IP is 172.16.1.22, I believe. 1.22 and 1.15. Remember, change yours one. 1.22 and master is 1.15. Okay, just copy this. Go in both the files, vi/etc/hosts. Okay, go in and paste that line. Okay, same way in the masters. vi/etc/hosts. Go in okay, and paste it. Okay, so that's done. Now basically what meaning is, if you ping the opposite machines from sitting opposite machine, so it should be, you should be able to ping with the name. Okay, if I'll saying, you can see K8 master, I'm getting response. Same way if I'll ping from here, ping worker node, I'll be getting response. Yeah,
Rahul, the 4.7, we are doing it on both machines, right?
that's correct. Yep, master and node. So these are the prerequisites actually. I'll hold it for 1 or 2 minutes so that if anyone like Sunil is following, if anyone else is also following, you can complete and let me know, and then I'll move forward.
I think I see the host file. We did that update for the other one too. It's the same thing, right?
Yep, that's the same message.
And we put the private IP address, not the public.
That's correct. Yep. Okay, hopefully good for others as well. Okay,
I'm
so that's
step right now, last one, and almost done. Almost ready to catch up. Just one more minute, please.
okay.
And you said something after we are done with the 4.7. You said check something. What are we checking there? A ping?
Just ping. If you do the ping with host name, you should be able to ping. Like
A
sitting
ping
on
with
the
the host. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I've caught up. Thank you. So now we are jumping on. Okay. So I've caught up now.
Yep. Okay. We might need to update a bit documentation. Okay, let's move ahead. We'll see how it behaves. Okay, now you know that the Docker is the prerequisite, right? So we'll do the Docker installation. Okay, so Docker installation is also, you have already done it. Repo addition. Okay, so repo addition we have to do it. Okay, now remember, we will be doing these things on master for now. Okay, later point of time we'll jump on the on node. Okay, so let's focus on the master. Okay, so for master, the first thing is Docker installation is needed. Okay, so I will say this way. That's my Docker master. Sorry, my Kubernetes master. So done. Then if I'll run this command list docker c, I should see some response there. Okay, you can see docker c available, right? The available package is there. If you miss this, the first command, docker config manager, you will not see this one actually, because by default docker is not available in the repository. Okay, now I'm trying to install it.
Okay. I ran into a problem with that one. That's
The first one,
yeah.
what is
And
this?
can I share my screen very quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I made some mistakes. I'm getting this error right now.
No, that's correct one.
Oh, that is
Repo
correct one.
repo got added.
So do it again now.
No. You can see there is a saying, right, adding repo from. So repo got added. So just run the second command. If you see the
Okay.
Docker available, then you're good. No, that's a DNF. One got missed. D.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry about that.
Package is there. Okay.
Uh,
So where is my Docker installation? Okay, Docker got completed. So I am good till now. Okay, then I'll restart the services of Docker. Okay. Again, if there is something, you can see create symlink, right? It means it's done. Okay, you can very well verify it. Same way, Docker info. If you run the Docker info command, if you're getting all these outputs, So you're good. Docker run hello world is not needed because we are not doing the testing of Docker actually. So we focus on Kubernetes, right? So Docker installation is done, then I'm good. Okay, now what we'll do, we will try to add repository for Kubernetes. Okay, and then we'll try to install these packages. Okay, so let's see. This is the main thing where either it will work, either it will give you error. So you have to find a way. Okay, let's see. So let's add the package. Just edit this file and just copy this entire content starting from the Kubernetes to this GPG. Remember again, we are on the master. Okay, insert and start from the Kubernetes and copy till GPG. So basically what we are doing, okay, we are telling my Linux machine that the how to install Kubernetes, right? So I'm giving, you can see here the package information I'm giving. There is one doubt I have, that because initially we have configured as a 8 repository of 8, sorry, repository of 7, but this time we are running with the Red Hat 8, right, with the upgraded version. So we'll see if it will get the package, fine, otherwise we'll change it to the 8. Okay, so let's focus the same, let's do the same way. Okay, if it is failing, then we'll change it. Okay, this is the main command which will install kubelet, kubeadm, and kubectl. These are the 3 packages which is needed for your Kubernetes. Okay, so if it got successful, all good. If it got failed, then we need to do some tweaks. Okay, looks like something moving. Yes, for the packages, I believe, no need to change something.
Which step are you on?
I'm in the 5.2.
5.2. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So just you need to update this file, create one
Yeah,
file,
Yep.
okay, and put all these information. Then this is the command actually, kubelet. Okay, you can see that got installation done. I will restart the service. Okay, and then okay, so remember, nothing you have to do it. You just copy and paste this one. These 3 packages will be get installed automatically. Okay, then restoration of the service. So if you're not getting any error at the time of restart of kubelet, it means you're in good hand, right? So you should not be you should not have worries. Okay, created symlinks as well. It means that it's a moving. Okay, so I will go for kubeadm init. Okay, so that's saying that if it is not working, then we can use the below one.
Yeah, it didn't work for me, the previous one. So
It did work, it didn't work.
it did not, no.
Did not, right?
But it may be because my configuration may be bad or something. So
No. Do one thing. Okay. So use this one actually. Basically, there is a minimum CPU requirement is there. Okay. So if I'll go with this one, go with this, the downside, which one I'm giving, right?
okay.
Okay. Otherwise, what? Let me run it. Let me see what error is there.
Yeah, let's see.
Then QAD minute, right? What error is there?
Yep.
So warning error. Container runtime is not running. Output. Okay. Status from the runtime. Ignore pre-flight chips. Okay. Container runtime. This time it looks to be some different error. I have copied somewhere. So every time I get some issue and I get added here. So this time it looks to be new error. Okay, that's not related to that, which I've seen that the first one is not working. So it looks to be something different. Let's try to find it. Actually, we can skip it, but solution is not the skipping. Let's ask Mr. Google Kubernetes. Okay, looks to be similar issue. So some solutions they are giving. Let's see what exactly it is. Say yes. Restart container D and then start it again. This time it's moving ahead. Yeah, so every time there is a new error. So let's move on. Let's see if it moves. Otherwise, it will get failed, and then we'll see. I will update one more troubleshooting in documentation. So troubleshooting 4. I know that whenever I'll start Kubernetes, there will be a lot of different errors are coming. So 9.4 or while starting the cluster below error zone. Okay, then what is the solution for now? I don't know if it is exactly solution, but at least okay. What is the status? Yep. So it got initiated, right? So we got the solution. What is the solution? So solution is this one.
Raul, one question. How do
Yep.
you edit update or edit the host files, etc host?
Yeah. So you can update it via VI
With
/etc.
VI.
Yeah, VI.
Okay.
VI/etc/hosts. Okay. And just put that line, which 2 line I have created, right? This one. One is for your worker node, another one for your master, right? Okay. So this one, if you face this kind of issue, so you have to put this solution. Hopefully it's work for you, Sunil.
Are you gonna add that to the document?
Yep, I have already added.
Okay, thank you.
That's in a troubleshooting phase actually. So it's not necessary that every time you'll get, but if you are getting it, then you can do it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So it's in troubleshooting. Different troubleshootings are there. So I've added this fourth troubleshooting. Okay. Now let's focus on the documentation. Now our main cluster got initiated. That was the main. Okay, where exactly? Yep, here it is, right? Our cluster got initiated. That's main thing is there. Now we have to run few commands to set up it. Okay, I think it will take some time. So it took almost 1 hour. Okay, let's take a break, 6-7 minutes again. Okay, and meanwhile, Francis also a bit behind, so he can catch up. Okay, and
Should
then
I
we'll.
reboot when how do I execute that host without rebooting?
Okay, we'll just run the execute bash.
What?
What exactly you're doing, Francis?
When you change the host file,
Host name.
do you
Yep,
have
yep.
to execute
No,
it?
no, 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 no. It will be automatically executed. It's
Okay,
once you save it, it's automatically done.
okay, good.
Okay. So remember in the documentation, I have just finished 5.2. Okay. And I will start doing few other things. Okay. Here on the page number 30. Okay. But let's have a break, come back, and then we'll do it.
Okay.
Yep. I'm back, guys.
I'm
Let me
here.
know once you're back. Thanks, Francis.
I'm fine. I'm in 5.5.
5 point. What place?
5.2.
Okay, that's fine then. This initiation done. The Kubernetes cluster.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, just do it so that we'll follow the with me you can follow, and if you face any issue, I can help you out. Sunil, you join.
Yeah, hi Rahul, I'm back, and yes, the init worked for me. Yeah.
Okay, and what about Adel? You're there.
Yes,
Bonnie?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So let's try doing it. Okay, once you run it, it should be successful. Then you'll get all these commands. It will say that okay, it got successful. Here, initialization is successful, right? Then there is a few commands that will tell you to run. Just run it. You can copy either from my document, either here they are showing, right? So just run it. Sudo cp. Okay, just copy and paste. You just have to select. I believe, right, that the in SSH shell, if you just copy and just select and right click, it will be automatically pasted. You don't have to copy and paste. Okay. Now this one is done. Okay. Now one very important thing that I'm going to do it is I'm going to apply the network actually. Okay. So networking is very much needed because if I'll not run network, what will happen? If you run this command, kubectl get nodes, right? I'll just show you from master. Kubectl get, sorry, I'm on the node machine. Okay, if I run command kubectl get nodes, okay, still because your node is not configured anything, that's what it is showing as a not. Yep.
I'm having an issue executing. When I execute kubeadmin init, it gives
Yep.
me an error. And when I do the other command, sudo kubeadmin init pod network with 10.224.00/16.
No, you have to fix the first one, Francis, first, then only you can move forward. Can you show me your screen where exactly you are?
Is that, yeah, hold on, let me do this real quick. How
So
do
basically the kubectl init, that should work actually. Sorry, kubeadm init. If that is not working, so basically, if you remember, I have just updated the document and given the chat as well, right? If you're getting the similar error which I got, okay, then you have to run these command container ID. There are 2-3 commands I posted on the chat window.
yeah, let
But
me
just show me the error. What error are there?
can you
Might be
see the
because
error? Can you see it now?
just give me a moment.
Let me,
No,
can
no,
you
not
see?
here. Not here, not yet. I'm seeing the that GPG key actually. You have to show me the server. I can't see the server.
Okay, hold on. Terminal. Do you have the terminal now?
Yeah, it should be good. Hold on. What error is there? Container runtime. Yeah, that's the same error, Francis. So if you see the chat window, I have pasted 3 commands there. Can you just run it?
Let me check that real quick. Let me see. 3 commands, remove. Okay. Can I run them like
Yeah, run it.
days?
Run it. run it right away. So that you can be, with me.
Okay, let me see if I can go back. I can go back. Okay, sorry for that. Let me. Oh,
You can just copy from there and paste it here. Yeah, say yes. Yeah, the second one, restart the container ID. No, that's the
sorry.
same command again. Just
Yeah,
control
sorry.
C.
Let me.
Okay, might be because of the terminal, it is not allowing you to go outside, right?
Let me do it here. It's easier for me. Let me see. Okay, I restarted. I'm gonna explain. I'm here. I'm gonna run the other command, the last command.
Yeah, kubeadm init. Just run it. If it is successful, it will show you initiation is successful.
Yeah, let me see real quick. Okay, it's giving me the error. Sorry. Okay, it's giving me the error. I believe.
What is the error? Can you show me?
Yeah.
Or maybe paste on the chat window.
Okay, let me see. Okay, from here, let me do clear. Let me clear this a little so I can do it. Okay, okay. I'm gonna. It's not letting me copy to paste it.
Okay, that's fine. Just if you
So
can
it
share.
is let me see, error CRI container runtime is not running, output.
Is it? So you've just restarted, right? Have you run that system CTL restart container ID, container D? You have run that command, right?
Let me run it again, but let me run it again. Yeah, I did. Now I'm
Okay.
gonna qt admin.
Yeah, kubeadm. Yeah, init.
Okay, it is giving me execution error, phase pre-flight, some fatal error occurred.
Okay, what is it mentioning the container ID something or something else?
Let me see. The time level. If you want to do, can I ignore the pre-flight? Look.
No, depending on the error actually, Francis.
Error CRI container runtime is not running.
Still, okay. So run the command systemctl status container ID container D. Why that's saying?
What command do you want me to
Just
run?
just run the systemctl status container D. Systemctl status container
Restart.
D.
You say restart system.
No. Restart you have done, right? Then
Okay, what
also
else?
so just run the status.
I can hear status. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So status means I just want to see what is the whether it's failing, whether what exactly happening.
Okay. It's running. It's active and it's running.
Is it?
Yes.
Then why that's Kubernetes? Okay. Do one thing. Just delete that file again. The file was there, right? Might be that file is not got deleted.
Okay, let me
/etc
see.
/
Remove etc container d config .toml.
Yep.
Yes, I say yes.
Yes. And restart container D again.
restart container, and now a status, no?
Yeah.
Start streaming server, start subscribing. Yeah, it's active and running.
Now run kubeadm init.
Let me see. Yeah, it is not failing. It's not giving error yet. It's booting.
Now it will move ahead. So that file was not deleted, might be last time.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was it. The only thing I think is that I use a capital Y,
Okay.
capital letter instead of in the yes. That's the
Okay, that's fine.
okay.
Let's
So yeah, I think your Kubernetes is successfully. Yeah, I'm
just done. Okay, there are 2-3 commands are there. Just run it. Make sure you run it. This kind of commands will be there. mkdir-p, right? It will show on your that window itself where it got successfully initiated. Just below that, there is 2-3 commands are there. Just
yeah
one.
to make the
Yeah.
make dir, no?
Yeah. mkdir-p, that
Etc.
command.
Yeah, make dir, copy the configuration and change the owner, no?
Yep.
Copy the configuration and change the ownership. So here I go. Okay. Then deploy pod network to the cluster. Okay.
Yeah. Now that's fine. Now you can follow with me actually. So as I said, why? Okay, so if why that network is needed actually, so that because if the Kubernetes network is not there, the host status will not come as a ready. Okay, so for status make to be ready, I need this command. This one actually network I have to deploy. So just run this command kubectl apply -f and that entire location. Okay, so if I'll say yes, if everything is good, then fine. Okay, there is warnings are there, but errors are not there, right? So fine. If I run the kubectl get nodes, it will still say not ready, but in some time it will be get ready. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, now we need to do some configuration thing on our worker node so that our worker node also get joined to the cluster. Because right now, if you run this command, kubectl get node, then you can see only one master, right? We need to make sure that now one thing you might have observed, the machine is ready now, right? It means that this machine is ready to accept any other machine as a client, right? So we will add our another node in this cluster. So we are going to see how we are going to add it. Okay, so now few configuration we have to do on the worker node. Remember that same thing, installation of Docker we need. So remember this one, DNF update and reboot, we have already done it. So don't be worried about it. Okay, start doing from here. Okay, you have to add the repository, you have to install it and restart the service. Okay, so let's do it. So DNF config manager. Remember we are doing on the client machine. Okay, let's do it. Okay, got added. DNF list. If you run the command DNF list, it should show you that what all the packages are available. Okay, yes. So Docker C is available. Then I'll go for installation. Remember, this is the same command, same thing which we have done multiple times when we were doing the Docker, and we have just done it in our Ansible master, right? So same command we are going to do it here. So let's see. So if it is got successful, okay, then we'll restart the Docker service. Okay, let's see. Let's give some time.
Yeah, that's micro. You can feel that, right?
Sorry.
That is the micro machine. So it's gonna take-
Yeah. D2,
Right, yeah.
D2 micro.
Yeah.
Is it slower, the micro, than the larger, or what?
Yeah. So larger is very heavy, right? Larger is 8 GB of 8 gig of memory, where this
Yeah,
machine
but
micro have.
it shouldn't affect in the speed, no?
Obviously, if it will affect. If the memory is less, so basically larger, the large machine which we have created for master that have 8 gig of memory,
Sorry,
right?
it's memory like RAM, no?
Yeah. So if the RAM is higher, obviously machine will be faster,
Yeah,
right?
sorry for that. I was thinking it was a storage.
No, not storage.
It's a speed. It's a speed then.
Yeah.
We are looking here. Okay.
Okay, so just restart the service. All good. Same way, repository you have to add for Kubernetes. So let's edit it. Okay, and edit this file. Same which we have copied there. Make sure to copy it fully till GPG key. Okay, then save it. Then again, Kubernetes installation will be done. The same command which we have run on the. Hopefully it will be get installed properly. The main thing is joining the cluster. That's the main important thing that we are going to check. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention. Okay. Okay, now this one is done. Okay, let's restart the services for Docker and then Kubernetes as well. Yes, that's good. Then for Kubernetes as well. Okay, that's done. Now remember, we have to join the cluster, right? We have to join the cluster. Okay, how we can join the cluster? Okay, now remember this command when on your master, right? When you have completed your master, there is a command got generated where it's saying that then you can join any number of worker node by running the following on each as root, right? So you have to just copy this entire command, okay, and run on your worker node. Now this is good actually. If you do that minimum configuration on your worker node, you just have to copy paste this joining command, which is by default get generated when your cluster get initiated actually. So basically you should ideally copy and paste it, so that what will happen whenever there is a cluster joining. Let's suppose tomorrow, I have decided tomorrow that okay, I'll go for one more worker node, right? So I just have to copy and paste, simple.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's failing for me. I think it is because of that caret or something, that symbol.
Just hold on, let me see if it is failing for me as well. Okay, something error is there, right? What is error? Warning, container runtime is not running again. Okay, the same error, right? So let's follow the same command which I have given to you. Is it the same error for you as well?
Yes, Rahul, same error.
Okay, so don't run the QVD,
I
init.
have an error with the command. I think it is not well formed or something when the way I'm copying.
Just just give me a moment. I'll come. Let me restart this one, Francis. Okay, let me fix the mines one. Then I'll come to you. Okay, so you have to remove this file and restart the container D. Okay, then try joining it again. Okay, now I'll join it again. I think this should be good this time. Okay, doing some bootstrapping. I'll come to you, Francis. Just check the command which you have copied there, if it is proper or not. Yeah, so mine's one is good. What about you, Sunil? Is it good? It should be good.
I ran those two commands, but it did not have the same effect as yours.
Okay, I'll come one by one. So, yeah, Francis, tell me what exactly error you are getting? Francis? You're speaking on mute. If you are.
Hey, I'm here. I'm receiving an error. It says running pre-flight checks, error CRI, container runtime.
Yeah, that's the
not,
same error.
It's not
That's what,
running.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, that I have given that two commands, right? So just run that, clear that QML file and restart the service again.
So let me, how do I go about that? Let me see. System control, restart Docker, what? No.
Just these two commands.
Where are you? Sorry, I don't see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, just run this and let me know. What about you, Sunil? What error you are getting?
Yeah, let me share it quickly.
Yep.
So that's the command I'm running. These are the commands we are doing. These two commands we are doing, and then
No, just let me know the error first. What error is there? Container runtime. That's the same error there. Yeah, just delete this. Delete that TML file. Yes. Say yes. Yeah. Restart the service. Yeah. Now run the connect one again.
I
Might be not deleted last time. Yeah, that's good.
okay, it worked then. Yeah, might not. Yeah, see, I did that, but whatever. Yeah, okay, it's working now.
Yeah. So if you run here, there should be two machines now.
Yep.
And once that network, you applied that network here.
I did, but I think
I think you missed. I think you missed that network set. Network. If you go on
I did, but
documentation.
this is what I did when I was running those commands. I accidentally ran this command on.
Not these commands. If you go on documentation, Sunil, so there was a network. I told you, right? Unless you apply the network, the machines will not be ready.
I did apply the network, right? All these commands.
Just hold on. Yeah, this command. Just come down. This is the blue one. Yeah, that one you have not applied it. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you apply this, your network will not be ready.
Oh, I see. Okay. So let's do this.
Once you apply this, then your machine.
It's on the master only, right?
Yeah. Okay. It will take some time.
Okay.
Come in maybe 2-3 minutes. You're good, Francis?
Yeah, it's ready now.
Mine is like, it's taking time. I execute the join, but it's in the pre-flight checks, and it
Yep.
has been for several minutes.
It will come. Don't worry about it.
So it will come good, no?
Yeah, it will come. Don't worry.
Okay, and
You'll
then
see.
after that, I will have to execute the next thing that is in page 16, system control, restart kubelet, and system control, enable kubelet, no?
No, those things are done now. If you like, here we are, right? Joining it done. Okay, yeah, this one, right? So, okay, that's fine. Restart you can do.
Yeah, and then the next page.
No, restart is not needed actually. This is part of, the same command. I've just copied it. So restart, we have already done it. Restart is not needed. Okay.
So
For
I go to verify from
yeah,
there.
6.4, if you go for verify on the master, you should get both the machine as a ready. So now you can see here, if I run here, so you can see here K8 master and worker node, both are showing as a ready, right? This one was expected actually, so that both the machines should be get ready.
Why is taking so much?
Sometime it will get hang. Just wait for some maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, just cancel and try joining it again. Maybe machine got hanged or something.
Yeah, let me do it again. It says TC not found in system path, but it's a warning.
No. Yeah, warning. Leave the warning. If it is error, then
It's taking time.
yeah. So basically, if you from here you can check the monitoring status. If there is any high CPU utilization or memory utilizations are there, that you can get it from here. CPU utilization is still fine. Memory not here. I think we have to add the memory. Directly memory is not coming. So generally memory will go out of control. That's the reason you will not it will get delayed. Is it got attached now? Okay, fine. So now as our cluster is ready, okay, so now we'll discuss few things, right? So now the concept we can discuss what the concept is there, how exactly they works, right? And how we can play around it. So all those things we are going to discuss about it. So the very first thing, right? Master and minion nodes are there, right? So I told you that there are a few processes are there which are running on the master and on the worker node, right? So if I'll open one documentation for you, I think this one have one. There is a lot of information I have shared. Just one detail I want to give you, which is there in the documentation already. So not this one. Just go through some features and etc. I've added in the documentation. Okay. Kubernetes and okay, these are just a normal documentation. I want to show you one thing. So here it's not information. Just hold on now. I'm just searching for.
Can I do more than one SSH session for
Yeah, you can.
to the same machine?
Yep,
It's not allowing me. I don't know why.
you can do multiple.
Yeah. It's not. Oh, yes, I have. Yeah, I got the notes.
Is it got connected, Francis?
Yeah, I got the notes. Yeah, I got the notes. I'm verifying and I have, what do I have to verify here that I have?
kubectl get nodes. If you run the command kubectl get nodes, you should see both the machines in the cluster.
I see, no, I see etcd. Hold on. Sorry, yeah, I see etcd that K8s Kubernetes master, but I don't see the other.
Okay, so what about that, whether that it was successful or not, the joining command?
Let me see that. I believe. Yeah, let me root, blah, 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 home, blah, blah, blah. Let me see it here.
May you just show me? I can immediately
Yeah,
recognize it.
let me show to you. Hold on. So I go here and I'm going to share this one, terminal. Do you see it?
Okay, you're on the master, right?
Yeah.
Okay, kubectl get nodes. Okay, no, just run the kubectl get node again. Kubectl get nodes. Yeah. Okay, only one node. Show me the your worker node
This
to
one.
join. No, this is the master, right? You are on the master.
This is the master.
Yeah, I'm asking to show me the worker node.
This is the worker. This is the worker. This is the worker. But when I am trying to join from the worker,
Hold on.
look what is happening.
Hold on. If you see the one that you're showing me, it's showing, if you see the host name, it's saying K8 master, right?
Hold on. Let me see. What do you see?
I need to see the worker node, whether when you
Oh, is
connected
that
it.
how do I change the? Let me. Your screen has paused. Let me see
Just
how.
click. Just
Oh,
click on the another machine. I think just click on the another tab. I think it should be populated.
resume share. Can you? Is that it's not responding to me?
So it might be local issue something.
Hold on. Technical. Let's see.
Yeah,
You see now?
yeah, I can see now. Okay, what was the joining? Come down. What was the final output?
That's it. Doesn't go down. Look, let me do something real quick
No,
here.
it is not finalized, right? It's just run it again. Run it, same command here, joining. Okay, run it.
It hangs there.
Okay. Okay, just Control C. Just do the history here.
History.
Yeah.
How do I?
Yeah, command history. Yeah. Okay, what all the command you have done it? Config manager, Docker, restart, kubelet. It's fine. No, that's fine. Going up is not. Okay, joining, right? Okay. Hopefully you copied right somewhere the output which was there. Okay. Try pinging 172.16.1.223. Yeah, the same IP of master. Hopefully you're connected right. 16.1.223. Here you go. There is a problem, right? You're not you're not connected. Okay.
Yeah.
Just hold on. That's a problem actually. So what could be okay? Show me cat slash etc slash host file.
Last
No, a host file slash etc slash host file. Do it cat. Yeah,
host.
yeah. Slash etc slash host file. Slash etc. There must be some mistakes happen actually. Francis, we have to find it. It's a host. TS is there. Yep. TS. Yep. Just enter. Okay. Oh, that's how that's a different IP. Okay, that's I think that might be the mistakes actually. So you have to put the IP of your okay. So basically, you missed the some steps there actually, Francis. Basically, these IP 192.168 there is nothing right. If okay, do one thing. Yeah, edit it. Okay, replace the IP with the master IP.
The master IP. So the master
Yeah.
IP is
I can see the master.
172.16.174.
Yep, that's correct.
Let me see, 170. Let me go here. 172. 16. 174
Yeah, and change the worker node as well.
is 170. Okay, is 172. 172 dot 16
.1
dot 1.113.
Yeah. Okay, and just copy both the line and update on the master as well. I think you might have mistaken there as well.
So this
Save it. Save it. Save and
yeah.
come out.
Let me, and I'm gonna do the same here, no?
Yep.
So here I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna insert control and control. No, sorry, eso no me funciona. I don't, okay, let me go this way because it's not working for me.
There's some other problem as well. How the IP address can be different than the cluster. Cluster IP is different. Okay, something mistaken. Something is gone bad actually.
Something is wrong.
Yeah, still I can see. Okay, I cannot see your screen actually. I can. Oh, okay, so that's fine. Now try pinging that IP. No, 223 is there is no IP, right? From where the 223 is coming?
What are the 223?
223.
Is responding from.
Okay, no, that's okay. Go on AWS first. Verify whether the you have the correct IPs or not. Go on AWS. No, on AWS portal, Francis.
On AWS what?
AWS portal, AWS Management Console.
In the console, no?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me.
I can't see your screen. The problem is.
Okay, let me see how do I share this. Is that I don't know how to do it. Teacher. Desktop.
Now I can see. Okay, go in instances. Go in instances. Okay, your master, right? What is the IP of master? Select on master. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's some. No, that's the public IP. I need the private IP. Okay, note down somewhere. 1.74. Just hold on. So
This
master
one, no?
is, yeah, master is 1.74. Okay. What about the client worker? What is the worker IP? Okay, 213, right?
Yeah.
1.213. Okay, that's fine. Now go on server, go on first master, go on master. We'll fix there itself. Something is messed up actually. Go on master. No, on the console. Sorry, on the terminal. Francis. I'm sorry.
Here.
On the terminal. On the terminal, I'm saying.
Sorry, because I have to change to you the sharing. Sorry. I don't know how to, I'm doing it here.
There should be screen share, right? If you do the screen share, everything will be shared.
Yeah. Here I am. Do you see?
Okay, I can see the master, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, cat, just vi/etc/host file. Maybe cat is also fine. Just to show.
Cat etc.
Yeah, /host file. Okay, so 74 for the master. Okay, 213 for the worker node. Fine. Okay, so that's good. And go up where the screen came for the, yeah, that's right. Okay, IP is okay. That's the wrong one IP you're picking actually. Just pick that line.
This
Yeah,
one.
yeah. The IP you put the wrong.
Yeah, I had to put the, okay.
Full line, the downside as well. Select at one go. Okay. Go
And
on. No, not here. Not master. You have to use this one. Go on the client scene and run command so that it can join.
yeah,
Go on worker node.
let's see.
I can't see your worker node.
Okay,
you
let me tell it to you.
Yeah, just share the screen. Hopefully nothing is open. So in that way everything will be get open. If you particular screen you'll choose, then every time this problem will be there.
Let me share the screen, but it's that I don't see share the screen. I only see share terminal.
Okay, that's fine. Share it. Hopefully this will be done this time.
Okay.
On the node, right? Now paste that one. Okay, now it got joined.
Yeah, you want me to run this one, no?
Yeah. Now if you go and run the master, you'll see both them see. Not here. If you run on the master.
Okay, let me run in the master. I'm gonna. Sorry for this.
That's fine. So there should be, just find out, there should be some way to share the entire screen actually. Just Control C from here. Just remove these things. Control C.
Okay.
Yeah, both of
now
them.
we have
Okay.
it. Thank you.
No problem. There are so some steps I think got mixed up. Just be aware what IPs are there that you're choosing. Main is that's the same thing. Sorry guys, if, that you're holding. So these kind of problems anybody can face. Yeah. So troubleshooting is not a bad idea. Okay. So okay, I think we are landing in the last hour. So just have few minutes. I need to, prepare my coffee as well. So let's have a, 10-minute break, guys. Come back and then we'll, the finalize Kubernetes. Okay.
Okay.
So I need some 2-3 minutes extra so that I can finish that
Okay.
one as well. Okay.
Okay. Back in 15 minutes, right?
No, 10 minutes
10,
max.
10 minutes. Okay. Got it.
I'm back, guys.
Hey, Rahul, I'm back.
I'm here. I'm unable to connect
What?
to the yeah, but I am in the I am in 8 lab 3 deployment and services. So we will arrive there.
What exactly you're not able to connect?
I'm in lab 3.
Okay.
So
No,
I
that's
can
fine.
wait.
Okay, so that's fine. I'll come there. I'm yet to reach there actually. So few things I just want to brief you guys before we reach there actually. So you know that there is two machines, right? One is the master and one is. So if I run ps-ef grep q, hold on, Kubernetes, if I say. So the API server, then etcd scheduler, right? Okay, so what exactly I want to show you that I told you, right, whenever we are running the master and cluster, right? Master and node server. There is a two concept. One is the master, one is the another is the node. Okay, so master will have few packages. Okay, one is called API server, one is called scheduler, one is called etcd, one is the manager controller. Manager controller will be always there. Okay, now what exactly they are doing? Okay, API server is responsible for API entry, whatever the APIs hit are coming. So you can't see them actually how exactly they are doing, but theoretical purpose, just be aware. API server is to manage API. Controller manages something which regulates everything, like how the cluster will manage, right? Where exactly the nodes will be, if I'm going to create container, where exactly the container will be get created, right? That's something is managed by that's the architecture of Kubernetes actually. Okay, so that's managed by controller manager. Scheduler is important to schedule the task, where exactly the task will be get scheduled. If I'm saying, okay, my service need to be deployed, where exactly the service will be get deployed, right? That's the scheduler is managing. And etcd is a database. Okay, means whatever things we are doing, right? Kubernetes, let's suppose I'm creating a few uh, pod, few namespaces, few services, right? Now everything is being managed by etcd. Okay, so why I want to show you, if you run this command ps-ef grep Kubernetes, you will see these services actually. Okay, you can see here API server is there, right? Then you will see that that's a private key. Apart from that, if you come here, you will see etcd, right? And you will see that scheduler as well, right? So these are the packages. These are the packages are there, which is responsible. I told you, right? Same way, if you go on client machine and run command ps-ef grep Kubernetes, run q. So what is the package name? Okay, for worker actually container kubelet and the proxy. cube. Only search with the cube. Kubelet and the proxy should be running. So proxy is here. Where is kubelet? Here we go. Right? Kubelet and proxy. These two things are needed. So kubelet, basically, kubelet is something which is the configuration of pod actually. Pod means
Raul.
container.
Raul, can you increase the size of your screen? It's kind of small.
No? This one?
Yeah, it's small. I can really see it.
Okay.
I guess it's the way you share it, you're sharing the way sharing it.
Is it might be sharing issue? What about others? Are you able to see my screen? It's at same size.
Yeah, I can see it. Okay, yeah. But I have a laptop that is connected to external monitor.
Okay,
I
let
did
me
not see
just
any
let
changes.
me reshare it. Let me reshare it. Might be something issue with the sharing.
Yeah, it's the sharing issue, I think.
Yeah. Is it good now, Adel?
It's the same, but let's not spend too much time on it, I guess.
I don't see the proxy in mine.
Hold
And
on.
this,
So if I'll say 16, is it get bit bigger? Might be some sharing issue.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if you run this command ps-ef grep kubernetes or cube, just run the cube, you will see called kube proxy. This is the process actually. And kubelet is another process. You should be able to see, Francis. If you run the command kubernetes, then you will see this command. Okay, so you can filter it out as well. Remember, this is the concept wise. You should always remember this is very popular interview question. If you're going for Kubernetes, very popular interview question. A lot of people are asking. So just concept wise, be aware of this. Okay, then few more concept that I want to talk to you. So these are just the processes actually. Okay, so proxy is for network management. How the network is being managed, that's the proxy will manage. Okay, so this is the way actually how the master and node will be there. So processes have been mentioned. So for master, there is API server proxy, right? Scheduler, network management, and the replication controller, which is manager, controller manager we talk about, right? Same way here, kubelet and proxy. That's the two things. Okay, network management and storage is very common, which the way we were managing in the Docker. Same way, the network and storage will be managed here as well. Right now, one important concept that you should be aware is pod. Right, so pod is called single schedulable unit of work. Cannot move between machines, cannot span machines. Okay, so basically pod is one or more containers. Okay, so I'm saying, okay, let's suppose I have some sort of work, let's suppose one web server I want to run it, right? So what I'll do, I will run it into the pod. Okay, now pod can have one or multiple containers. Okay, I can run the pod with one single container. I can run the pod with multiple containers as well. Okay, so always remember that. Okay, so how you can create pod? Okay, those things we are going to just check now. Okay, what the pods are running, those things also we'll just check. Okay. Okay, so pods are looking like this. So images, some environment variables, and mounts. So mounts are again dependent if you are sharing some mounts. So mount also can be given. Same way the container, the way containers are running, right? Now it's a bit customized containers, I would say. So images are the mandatory for any container to be running, right? And then some environment variable that we can pass on, right? Environment variable, when I'm saying, it could be any bootstrap script or something. If we are adding some, let's suppose I'm saying, okay, some HTTP package to be installed at the bootstrap. So these things will go as a variables, any variable that we can pass. Otherwise, some environment variable we can set up. Okay, so these things are a pod. Always remember, it's a container itself. It's a container itself, only the concept in Kubernetes is different. It's called as a pod, right? Now, these are just a concept actually. So go through it. Replication controller, another is the replication controller. Now, remember, initially I said that there is a self-heal concept is there in a Kubernetes, right? How that self-heal works actually, self-heal. Okay, self-heal means there is a replication controller will be running. Okay, replication controller, concept is there. What exactly that replication controller will do? So replication controller will always replicate. Let's suppose one or two machines are there, two containers are running, right? And I want to show, or maybe let's suppose three containers is running. One got bad. Okay, so replication controller will always make sure that if there is a new machine is coming, how that replication number of replication is getting increased. Okay, so if three is the minimum that I have set up, so three should be running always. Okay, what I need to do that replication controller will take care. Okay, so pod, label selector, and the count, these are the internal content of application controller. Will not go, I'm just giving you thorough idea. Okay, we're not going very in detail of all these things, but just I'm giving a brief idea. Now next one is services. Okay, so how uh, pods means a container, right? Now, let's suppose I need an application to be running, right? So what all the things are needed for the application? Okay, I need a container to be running, right? I need some port, I need some networks, I need some mount point, right? I need some maybe binaries as well, right? So a lot of things are needed for one application to be run. Okay, so if we define all these things in one template file, the way we were doing in the cloud formation, right? So remember, a lot of things is needed for your EC2 machine. But what we did, we have configured everything at one system, right? So that the everything you will get to you will get to know that the okay, everything will be get created at one go. Same way the service. Okay, so services can have your service port, pod port, label, what the label you are giving, any external IP, any load balancer IP, right? Load balancer or any internal IP. So whatever is needed for one application to be running, that can be categorized as a service. Okay, remember, service will be always have one or more pod. Okay, now one pod is equal to one or more than one container. So whenever I'm taking a name of pod, always remember I'm talking about container. Okay, so some labels. One important thing that I'll talk about is namespace. Okay, now what exactly the namespace is? Namespace, a kind of, I would say, a kind of external container actually, or maybe a virtual envelope which is being attached to the container. Okay, so whenever you will create a pod, you'll create a pod, so the way we are working in the VPC, right, in AWS. So VPC means, let's suppose I create some VPC, some EC2 machine in one VPC, right? It's a completely isolate. So basically I have given a network, which network is completely isolated from the world, right? So basically the benefit is of my VPC is I have isolated my machines, right? And then categorization and identification is also easy. Okay, this set of machines are running into the one VPC, this set of machines are running in this VPC, right? So both things are easy. Same way here, the concept of namespace. Okay, so namespace means whenever if I'm saying, okay, so this set of pods are running in this namespace, set of pods are running in the another namespace. So that's a categorization. For categorization, actually, we are running namespace. Okay. So if I'll come here, I want to show you. Okay. So I am on the master. So if I'll run kubectl get nodes, right? So two nodes are there. If I run kubectl get pod, okay, pod. So it's saying that there is no resource find in the default namespace. Okay, now there is a concept of default namespace. Okay, so if I'll say run command kubectl get namespaces, okay, you can see here these are the namespaces are there, which is default. So there is a, these are the default wise system wise, these are the, the namespaces are being created. Okay, so if you want to create any namespace, it's just a simple. So you can create via kubectl create namespace. Let's suppose I'll say dev namespace. Okay, and I'll run the command get namespaces. Dev is there, right? Same way. Now, if I run the kubectl get pods, there is no default pods, right? But if I'll say all namespaces. I think this is the same command or I'm wrong. Hyphen all namespaces. Something is there. Some hyphen all namespaces. Okay. So both are in the same. Hyphen all namespaces like this. Okay. So you can see here the pods are running. Some by default system pods are running, and they are running in a different namespaces, right? But there is no running in the default. That's the reason you are saying that you're seeing if you are just running this command, it is saying that there is no pods are running in default, right? So every container or every pod when it will be running, it will be running in any of the namespace for sure. The way VPC is there, right? If you're creating EC2 machine, that should be part of some VPC. You can't create outside the VPC. Same way here, namespace concept is there. Okay. Okay. Now, one thing that I would like to show you is, deployment and the service. Okay. So how exactly your deployment will work? Okay. How exactly your deployment will work? Okay. And how the, okay. So before going in the deployment, so deployment is something, how you're going to deploy a service actually. Okay, how you're going to deploy, that's mainly, we are working there. Okay, now let's suppose I need to run some service, with the nginx, right? So if I have to run that, so let's suppose I'll run the kubectl get deployment. Okay, right now there is no resource found, right? If I'll say this command, any either first one or the second one, anything you can run. Okay, now you can see the deployment got created. Now if I'll say deployment, you can see here there is a nginx deployment got ready. It is getting ready actually. Okay, so this is the way actually how I can. So basically, when I'm saying a deployment, right? So deployment means there will be a 3 container will come here. Okay. Sorry, they will not show here because it's a part of pods actually. Okay, if I'll say kubectl get pods. Okay, now you can see here there is a 3 different containers got created, right? This is the way actually how you can deploy. So basically this one, if you go there, this deployment file, I'll just show you. This is the sample one I picked up. You can very well adjust it. You can very well, modify it. Okay, so if I'll show you. Okay, this is the deployment file. So you can see here it mentioned as a replica equal to 3. Okay, it means that I'm saying minimum 3 containers should be running. Okay, some specification I've mentioned here. Okay, some templates, some specifications of containers and etc. What image you have to pick up, what port you're going to highlight, right? So this is the way actually. This is the way deploying one of the service. If you really want to deploy in this way, you can do. There is multiple way actually what they will give. Okay, so this is the way how you can deploy it. Okay. So Nginx can be deployed. So that's a default one. If you go in detail, you can very well, update it. You can go for replica, you can change anything, template and etc. If you want to change version, if you want to change, all these possibilities are there. But this is the way actually how you write the, Kubernetes configuration file. Kubernetes configuration file will be always in this format. There is a lot of documentation is available for Kubernetes as well. So if you go for kubernetes.io, okay, you can see here a lot of documentations are available. If I'll go, let's suppose pods, right? So even though for certification, if you're going for certification of Kubernetes, so Kubernetes will always give you possibility. Kubernetes will always give you possibility to access their documentation. Even though if you're going for their certification, you can access their documentation. Okay, you can see here that's a default one. If I want to create one, right, this is the same one. So either I can copy this, create that file there. Okay, either I can directly run this file. Okay, so what it will do, it will go and create a container for me. You can see pod got created, right? If I run the cube sheet, you'll get pod again. I should have one more. Here we go.
What is that pod doing? The one
Pod means container. I told you, right? Pod is nothing but it's a container.
Okay.
Okay, inside pod, there can be one or multiple containers.
Okay. Inside pod, you are running container.
Yes. So the concept got changed. Initially, when we were running the only container, now it's not only container, they are calling as a pod, right? Now pod can fit multiple places. Pod can fit in your deployment, pod can fit in your services, pod can fit anywhere. Single pod you can create, right? In this way, actually pod you can walk along the pod. Okay, so this way actually this is very basic one. I'm telling you that it can be a lot of things can be done. So I think recently 6 months back I've given the examination for Kubernetes CK, Certified Kubernetes Administrator. So if you're planning, there should be a lot of obviously it's one day is not enough for Kubernetes. A lot of things need to be learned.
Oh yeah.
So if anyone is going for that, let me know. I have some notes for that. Some examination.
I would appreciate
notes.
those notes. I'm not going for it, but any notes you can share. But I have like some.
No, that's a examination specific, Sunil. So if you're going for particularly examination, a kind of crash notes are there. Set of questions are there basically.
Okay.
So if you're going for examination, let me know. I'll share that.
So and
But
it's great if you share it. I don't have time, but I So Kubernetes, right? I mean, the company I came across, they use that a lot, and either you use Docker or use Kubernetes, but not both, right? Or Docker is based on, what is the relation between Kubernetes and Docker?
That's what I'm saying. The Kubernetes is based on container not found. Error. Okay, so Kubernetes is based on the Docker. Kubernetes
Okay.
basically using the Docker platform itself. So
Docker is a company, right? Docker is not a
right. The Docker is a company, but the Docker platform is also open source, right?
okay.
And this one is also open source.
Okay.
Okay, both
Kubernetes
are
is
open
on
source.
another open source platform. Okay.
Yeah, so they have just like Kubernetes have just used the Docker platform to create the containers.
Okay.
Right? Now they can create the containers using Docker platform, but they have customized it in a different way. Now, earlier the problem with the Docker was that you can just have to, you can just create a, the different containers, different containers, which is not having a connectivity, which is not in the cluster, right? All these problems are there, and that too decreasing numbers was also a problem, right? Now these solutions, Kubernetes have given lot of benefit in their Kubernetes. That's the reason you might be hearing everywhere here and there. Terraform, Kubernetes, Ansible. These are something that at least at this time, if I'll talk about, if 100 jobs are there for DevOps engineer or AWS engineer, out of 195% people are asking these kind of skills actually. Okay, go through in detail. I have just given you basics. Okay, I've just given you a startup. Okay, and go through in detail. That's very interesting subject actually. And good thing is I told you that for certification, their documentation is open. Even though if you go in a certification, you can refer their documentation.
So let's say, like, one sample use, right? I have a website and I want to deploy it on 10 different machines. Then
Yep.
you can use the Kubernetes and pod. Right?
Yep.
Okay. What do you use for Kubernetes at your work? What kind of
Okay, if you want to deploy your website on Kubernetes, so there are a lot of things are needed. First of all, the port exposing and etc. will be needed. Okay, you can plan around it. So one service that you can deploy, and that service will be, that will be exposed outside. The port 80 you can expose outside. Okay, and that port 80 if you exposed outside, then you can connect from the outside, I think one of the idea I'll give you, might be it will not be exactly, you can play around it, but one idea I'll give you. Where is the documentation? Francis, just hold on, I'm coming there itself, right?
Okay.
Okay, so so here you go. Okay, so basically what I was trying in this way as well. The port 80 you can define outside. Port 80 is something, using port 80 you can define so that one service can be connected either from your machine, either from the web browser as well. Okay, so I know that what exactly you're asking, Sunil. So first of all, try to do that, your website running on the Docker container. Okay, if you are running a container, website is running on the container, then you can move to the Kubernetes. Okay, might be I don't have the solution right away, but if you want, I'll search it I'll search it and I'll give it to you. Okay, but that can be done for sure because the similar kind of things are being done in a in setup. Like if you go
Got
anywhere,
it.
like for us as well, where we are running, our websites are running on the behind the cluster itself.
Okay. Got it. Got it. So no, I got the answer. I was trying to like think in terms of architecture perspective on where Kubernetes fit in, let's say in
So, you,
Amazon.com, right?
uh,
Amazon.com.
you can think of a simple way, like let's suppose I'm running my website on my EC2 machine. We can run,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Same way you can run your the website on Docker container, as well as you can run your you can run it on the Kubernetes as well.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so both the way it can be done.
Yeah, it's very powerful. I see that. Thank you.
Very powerful, very powerful.
Okay. Just one last question. The machine, if I just shut it down, usually they don't charge, right? Or I have to terminate,
No, just shut it down. So for
shut it down.
EBS only you will get charged. Very
Okay.
nominal charges there.
No, normal. Okay, okay. So I can shut down the machine and then come back after dinner and.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
Make sure this is the large machine is there, so be bit careful because that will be bit chargeable. Not too much, but small charges will be there.
Right.
Okay,
I'm all
so
set.
in this way it can be done. Let's suppose I have just created, and after if I want to go kubectl execute -t, right? So the problem is it's still showing as a kubectl execute from IT. I know that will be failing because it didn't got created. Container is not ready. That's the reason actually. Okay, so I think the reason behind it because of DNS is not ready. Okay, that's the reason actually why the container is not being ready. Okay, I remember last time. Okay, so basically I know that the Francis that's expected actually. Why why you're getting that error that the you're not able to execute. Basically, I just want to show you that you're able to create now. You will not be able to connect it. Execute command will not work. Reason behind it because the container is not yet created. Okay, there is a reason behind it because the DNS service is not available. Okay, so basically if you go there in the namespaces kubectl I get namespaces. Report from all spaces. Okay, so you can see here some service which is related to the DNS actually, which is not available. Okay, so this networking and some deployment is the different core DNS, right? This core DNS is not available actually. Okay, so for that actually we need to get some external external service we are looking we need. Okay, so that's something which is not available actually. That's the reason the controller is not able to schedule it. but I just want to show you that you can create the deployment, you can create the, the pods, and then you can, if you want to connect those pods, similar concept is there. The way in the Docker it's working, right? So in the Docker, you are creating a Docker containers, then you are creating, you are, connecting it using Docker execute command, right? Same way here as well. So kubectl, you can create it. Then if you want to connect it, kubectl execute it the command. Using that execute command, actually, you can connect it. Okay, but in this case, obviously it will not work where the core DNS is not ready. Okay, that's a known problem, I know. Okay, so that's the reason actually. Otherwise, this is the way how you can play around it. Okay, so yeah, these all the these all the setup are there in the Kubernetes. Okay, always remember where exactly it will set. I'll just show you that picture. I think if you remember it, day 2, where I have given introduction to DevOps, right? There is a picture, right? So that picture I just want to show you. 8, yeah, here. Your Kubernetes is somewhere here. So when you do the deployment, right? So deployment can be done on Kubernetes as well. So the way, same way we are doing deployment on the Docker, same way operate and deploy, both can be done using Kubernetes. Sunil, for just for your question, okay. So the final deployment you can do on Kubernetes as well AWS, any any other cloud provider like Azure or Google, wherever you want. Okay. Any questions before we wrap for the day? Wrap up for the day.
So what's the plan for tomorrow? Since I think we running behind, I guess, right?
Yeah, so for tomorrow, actually, as I said, right, so we'll generally we used to have only 2-hour class, but I'll extend for all the 4 hours so that the CI/CD will be get completed.
Mhm.
Okay, for final day there is nothing. For day 10 there is not too much things to complete it actually. So I'll complete tomorrow Jenkins, and then this one is just a theoretical process is there actually. So for day 10 actually it's just 1 hour contents are there, so 3 hour will have the extra time, so that we will cover CI/CD
Oh,
and
that's
Jenkins.
just agile process, and yeah, that's
Yep,
fine.
yep.
Okay, yeah.
This is just a theoretical things. That's why I
Yeah.
know that the day 10 will be always busy. That's why I used to keep only half an hour or 1 hour content, so that whatever left over for day till day 9, that will be get covered tomorrow on day 10.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone?
No, sounds good. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you,
Have a good
everyone.
night, guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you all.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.